Hello, Peter here, your Pinoy accountant, and in today's video, mag 1701Q tayo or the quarterly income tax return filing for the third quarter, and this time optional standard deduction yung gagamitin natin. So in our previous video, if hindi nyo napanood, 8%. So if hindi nyo pa napanood and 8% yung income tax rate ninyo, pwede nyo i-click yung sa ating description in our description box. Pwede nyo i-click yung link, I mean, di ba? So, ito, let's start. So, quick review lang. Paano ba i-compute yung optional standard deduction? So, very straightforward lang yung computation yan. That is just your gross sales multiplied by 40% or the optional standard deduction, and that would give you your taxable income or net income for that quarter. So, yung nakaganda dito sa optional standard deduction is wala na kayong i-record or wala na kayong kailangan na invoices or receipts for your expenses. So, very recommended itong optional standard deduction, especially doon sa mga walang invoices na kanilang mga expenses because with the 40% optional standard deduction, automatic siya na 40% ng inyong gross sales, yan ang inyong allowable reduction. So, we have here an example ha, mag-example tayo. So, first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter na 1701Q. And then, yung sales natin, again, yung sales natin is the gross sales. So, for example, may product kayo. For example, you're selling t-shirts at 500 pesos multiplied by ilang quantity yung nabenta ninyo. For example, 100 pieces. So, 500 pesos times 100 pieces quantity sold, that is 50,000. So, 50,000 yung inyong sales. So, wala kayong pwedeng i-minus doon, hindi nyo pwedeng i-deduct yung commission ni Lazada, Shopee, or TikTok doon kasi yung nako-confuse yung most of us nako-confuse kailangan ba i-deduct yung net kasi yung natatanggap natin. So, kailangan ba natin i-deduct yung mga expenses? So, unfortunately, hindi natin pwedeng i-deduct yun because those will form part ng inyong expenses. If nag-itemize deduction kayo, yung mga fees and charges ni Lazada, TikTok, and Shopee, magiging expenses ninyo yon if you are itemized deduction. But in our video for today, optional standard deduction tayo. Wala tayong cost of sales, wala tayong cost of goods sold, wala tayong expenses. It's just simple lang na 40% ng ating gross sales. That would be our reduction na. That would be our optional standard deduction. Come up with your net income or taxable income. So, in our example ha, ito, sales natin for the first quarter is 137,460. So, very simple lang. Multiply nyo yan ng 40%. Yan na ang inyong allowable reduction. So, yung net income nyo for that quarter would be the sales minus nyo yung optional standard deduction. Yung optional standard deduction natin is 40% ng 137,460. So that would be ito 54,984. So sales minus the optional standard deduction natin, that would give us the net income for this quarter 82,476. And i-add natin yung taxable income from the previous quarter. So kung first quarter kayo, yung iba nako-confuse din, i-add ba yung last year? Hindi because natapos na yung 2024, nakapag-file na kayo ng 2024 na annual income tax return. So panibagong taxable year naman for the 2025. So ito to date, ito yung importante. To date natin is for the first quarter, ito yung to date. That is January, February, March. So 82,476. And using again the optional standard deduction, graduated income tax table yung gamitin natin or the tax, ito graduated tax table. So 82,476. So i-check nyo lang yung graduated tax table if kita niyo if yung taxable income niyo is 0 to 250,000, zero yung tax niyan and tax on excess zero. So pag nandiyan napo-fall kayo diyan within the bracket of 0 to 250,000, wala kayong tax na kailangan ibayad or wala kayong tax due. So ganun lang yung kasimple yung computation. So just a quick recap lang. So cumulative to sa second quarter ganun din. Yung sales niyo for the second quarter naman. So that is again, yung first quarter natin is January, February, March. And then, yung second quarter is April, May, and June. So, yung sales niyo for that quarter, April, May, and June, yan yung ilalagay niyo sa second quarter. And then, again, less 40%. So, i-multiply niyo yung 140,945 by 40%. That is your optional standard deduction. And that would give you your net income for the quarter, for the second quarter of 68,967. And then, add natin yung taxable income from the previous quarter. So, may figure na tayo dito yan. So, kunin nyo dun sa first quarter, ayan, 82,476. So, to date natin, so ibig sabihin, nag-merge na, kinumbine natin yung first quarter to hanggang second quarter, yung taxable income to date natin is 151,443. Again, using the graduated tax table, ayan, 151,000 kita nyo, wala pa tayong tax niyan because napo-fall pa tayo dito sa 0 to 250,000. So, again, for the second quarter, zero yung yung income tax due natin. For the third quarter, again, yung sales natin, kita ko lang sa inyo, I got this from our Excel file and you can actually use it in the Excel and from your workbook then, I mean your cash receipt book, ayan, ganito kasi yung pag-record ko is, ayan, monthly, tinototal ko yung magkano yung net sales, ayan. And then, per quarter then, tinototal ko. So that mas easier na i-compute or ilipat dun sa ating BIR form. So again, yung third quarter na figure yung kailangan natin. So that is the July, August, and September na sales. So kita niyo ito yung July, August na sales, and September. So i-add yung tatlo. So ito yung figure natin. In-add ko na yan, 182,490. So lagay natin dito is 182,490 and then 40% of that, 72,996. Ganun lang kasimple yung optional standard deduction. So that would give us a net income for this quarter or for the third quarter is 109,494. And then i-add natin yung taxable income natin from the first quarter and the second quarter. So if i-check nyo yung inyong previously filed na 1701Q using the optional standard deduction, makita nyo din dyan yung total taxable income is 151,443. So i-add nyo yan dito and that would give us itong total taxable income to date. So, ibig sabihin that is from January hanggang September na. So, that covers the first quarter, the second quarter, hanggang third quarter. So, kita nyo dito, 260,937. Yan yung ating taxable income. And again, kailangan natin gamitin yung graduated tax table. So, ano lang, quick computation lang, 260,937. So, hanapin nyo, nasa ang bracket bang yung figure na yan? Nandito ba sa 0 to 250,000? So, hindi siya within that range. So, dito tayo sa second na row, which is 250,000, 400,000. So, yung tax on column 1 yan is 0 pa lang. Kita nyo, 0. So, ilalagay nyo dito is 0 lang yung tax on column 1. And then, sa tax on excess, yan na yung may tax, which is yung tax on excess is 15% nung excess ng 250,000. So, yung taxable income natin is 260,937. So, yung in excess ng 250,000, so ima-minus yung 250,000 dyan, less 250,000. So, yung in excess ng 250,000 is 10,937, di ba? But hindi pa yan yung tax natin because 15% lang yan yung tax. So, kailangan yung i-multiply ulit yan ng 15%. So, that would give us itong tax due na 1,640 and 55 centavos. And again, sa ating form, the 1701Q sa income tax return natin, wala tayong decimal point. So, 50 centavos and pataas, kailangan nyo i-round up. So, yung figure na to, final figure will be 1,641. Ayan. So, yan yung ating tax due for this quarter is 1,641. So, from here, ayan, may ano na tayo, computation. So, mas easier na natin ilipat sa 1701Q. So, yung next part ng ating video is papakita ko yung actual na pag-fill out ng 1701Q pag nag-avail kayo ng optional standard deduction. So, ito, i-open na natin ang ating EBIR form. So, na-open na natin yung ating EBIR form. Again, fill outan nyo yung TIN number ninyo dito or the taxpayer identification number. And automatic na yan maglalabas if this is your second time of using EBIR form. If hindi naman, kailangan nyo i-mano-mano pa i-fill outan ito using your certificate of registration na details. So, dito tayo sa list of BIR forms. Again, BIR form 1701Q version 2018 yung gagamitin natin at hindi itong sa taas. Kailangan yung 2018 because 2018 is the newest or the latest version ng form. So, ito, click nyo and then click yung fill up. And then, okay, hintayin natin mag-load. So, ayan, mabilis lang. Buti, mabilis. And then, ayan, let's start filling out na itong 1701Q, the quarterly income tax return. Again, this is for the third quarter. So, for the year 2025, and then the quarter is third. Embedded return, no if this is your first time. And if kailangan nyo i-amend yung previously filed nyo na return, i-yes lang ninyo. And the number of sheets, 0 lang ilalagay natin. So, i-double check nyo lang yung mga kailangan natin na details. The TIN, ayan, nandiyan na RDO code. And dito tayo sa number 7. So, if you are, ating example for today is Shopee or doing business. So, that is a sole proprietor or a single proprietor. If practice of profession naman kayo, dito kayo sa professional. So, sa number 8 naman is, since optional standard tayo, graduated IT rates yan. So, yung pipiliin natin is the business income graduated IT rates, or if practice of profession naman kayo, ito kayo sa income from profession, graduated IT rates or income tax rates. So, ito, i-click natin, business income graduated IT rates. Ayan. So, next, number 9, ayan, may taxpayer's name na. Number 10, may registered address na. Zip code, ayan, naka-indicate na yung zip code. So, next na tayo is number 11. So, date of birth. So, i-follow nyo lang yung format, month, date, I mean day, and the year. So, lagay nyo month, day, and then the year. So, citizenship, of course, ayan. Proud to be Filipino. Ayan. So, number 14, foreign tax number. In most cases, wala yan. If applicable lang yan. So, leave it blank. Claiming foreign tax credit. So, in most cases, no lang yan. So, number 16, automatic yan na nag-tick siya. Graduated rates kasi yung pinili natin sa taas. And 16A, yung method of deduction natin is optional standard deduction tayo na 40%. So, i-click niyo yan, 40%. And then part 2, background information of spouse. If applicable, if you would like to joint filing kayo ng spouse nyo, you will put here yung details niya. But in most cases, separate filing lang yung ginagawa. And mas easier kasi yung separate filing. But in our example for today, yun, separate in example natin separate filing kayo ng spouse nyo. So leave it blank lang. So next tayo is ito, wala pang figures dito sa number 26 to 31 because we need to fill out yung details sa page 2. So ito, click yung next so that mapupunta tayo sa page 2. Next natin. And then, ayan. So for graduated rate, ayan, dito tayo. Sa pinakataas. So number 36, yung sales natin, again, that is net of sales returns, allowances, and discounts. If ever may mga sales returns, yung mga refunds or sinaoli ng mga products, ayan. And yung discounts naman, if ever yung si seller mismo yung nag-promote ng mga vouchers, for example, sa mga Lazada, Shopee, or TikTok, ayan, pwede nyo i-deduct yan. But in most cases naman din kasi net sales na yung pag-record natin if you're doing business sa Lazada, Shopee, or TikTok. So again, balikan natin yung ating Excel so that mas mag-guide tayo kung ano yung mga figures na ilalagay. So sales, again, yung sales pala dito is for the third quarter ha. So that is July, August, and September ninyo na sales. So balikan natin yung ating Excel file. Ayan, so dito tayo sa ating Excel file. So ito yung ating sales for the third quarter is 182,490. So balik tayo sa EBRR form. 182,490. So kita nyo, ang nakaganda dito sa EBIR form is automatic niya kinocompute yung actually yung optional standard deduction. So hindi nyo na kailangan gamitin yung tax table. So yun. So tingnan natin yung mga figures. So yung gross income natin, again, wala tayong cost of sales because we are optional standard deduction. So yung gross income natin is 182,490 and kita nyo, wala din tayong allowable itemized deduction because optional standard deduction yung pinili natin. So, dito na tayo sa number 40. So, ayan, 72,996. So, again, 40% lang yan ng ating sales. So, 182,490 multiplied by 40%. Ayan, 72,996. So, yung net income natin for this quarter, ayan, yung sales lang less the optional standard deduction na 72,996. So, 182,490 less 72,996. So that would give us itong net income for this quarter na 109,494. So, ayan. So, number 42 na tayo, taxable income. Yung previous quarters, ibig sabihin yung first quarter and the second quarter. So, actually, pwede nyong i-open ang inyong yung previously filed din na second quarter na ITR. And makikita nyo dito sa total taxable income loss to date ng second quarter ninyo ha, i-open natin. So, ito yung previously na filed natin na 1701Q na optional standard deduction nung second quarter and makikita nyo yan dito sa number 45. Kita nyo ba? Masyado kasing maliit. But the figure is 151,490. 443. So yan yung ilalagay natin doon sa ating EBR form, doon naman sa part ng taxable income from the previous quarter. So again, ito ha, 151,443. So dito, number 42, 151,443. Tama ba? Ayan. So, ayan, non-operating income if ever you have mga other income aside from your business like garage sale, but in most cases, zero lang yan. So, amount received then if you are in mga partnership, mga general professional partnership. So, in most cases, zero lang yan. So, dito tayo sa total taxable income to date. So, kita nyo 260,937. So, yung kabuuan na yan, cumulative na yan ng first quarter, second quarter, and the third quarter. So, yung total taxable income natin is 260,937. And using the tax table, you will get 1,641. So, yun yung ginawa natin kanina dun sa ating Excel file. Balikan natin if tama ba. Ayan, so total taxable income to date, 260,937. And then sa Excel file natin, ayan, 260,937. And then yung tax due na na-compute natin is 1,641. Tingnan natin yung ating sa EBR form, 1,641. So tama yung ating computation. So next na tayo is ito, if there are Schedule 3 na tayo, tax credits and payments. If there are prior years excess credits, if ever dun sa ano nyo, 2024 na ITR, filed ITR, i-check nyo if ever may excess credits kayo na kinary forward to the next quarter. Ibig sabihin, mas malaki yung, for example, 2307 ninyo, mas malaki compared dun sa tax due nyo. So, magiging, ano yun, magiging carry forward yon, pwede nyo gamitin dito. If ever you have. But if wala naman, zero lang ilalagay nyo. So, 56 tayo, yan, tax payments for the previous quarters. So, in our example, zero lang yung ating first quarter and the second quarter because wala tayong tax due naman. So, dito tayo sa creditable tax withheld for the previous quarters. So, i-check nyo yung mga 2307 ninyo sa previous quarters ninyo or pwede nyo ding i-check yung inyong previously filed na previously filed na 1701Q sa second quarter. So, nailagay nyo din yung mga 2307 doon. So, in our example lang today, we'll check the Excel because sa Excel, mas makita ninyo kung ano yung mga creditable tax withheld for the previous quarter and for this quarter. So, tingnan natin sa Excel. So, dito sa cash receipt book, ayan, yung CWT natin, July, August, and September. So, this is for the quarter. The third quarter, I mean. So, yung Q1 and Q2 natin or the first and the second quarter, ito yung total ng ating creditable withholding tax or the CWT, 1,065. So, yan yung ilalagay natin doon. 1,065 and then for this quarter is 770. 1,065 and 770. So, yan yung ilalagay natin. So, balik tayo sa EBR form. So, 1,000. So, yung CWT natin, mga previous quarters is 1,075. And then, for this quarter, is 770. Yan, creditable tax withheld 2307. For this quarter is 770. So, that would give us itong total tax credits or payments na 1,845. So, lalabas pa na yung tax payable natin is zero or may overpayment pa tayo na 204. So, balik tayo sa page 1. Ayan. So, kita nyo yung tax due natin is 1,641 but may 2,307 tayo na 1,845. So, yung net effect niyan is may overpayment pa tayo na 204 pesos. So, yung overpayment niyan if nasa annual ITR na tayo, yan yung sinasabi ko kanina na pwede nyo i-carry forward sa next quarter o sa next taxable year. So, since, ayan, wala tayong payable for this, the third quarter, so, nothing to worry, di ba? So, ayan. So, I think we are good to go na. Click natin yung validate. Ayan, kita niyo validation successful. Click niyo lang okay. And then, i-save ninyo. Ayan. And then, i-print niyo so that you will have PDF copy nung na final na na-file nyo na 1701Q. And then, dito na tayo sa submit. So ito na yung exciting na part. Ayan, please ensure the internet access is valid and I mean you have internet access and valid yung email address niyo and then are you sure you want to submit? Click nyo lang yung okay and then next natin is the EBIR revised terms of service agreement or the TOSA. So i-click nyo lang yung okay. So yung next niyan is it's either successful or not successful. If hindi siya successful, unsuccessful siya, kailangan niyo ulitin yung process na pag-submit. So, i-submit nyo lang ulit until such time na magpa-prompt siya ng submit successful. So, ibig sabihin na file na ninyo ang yung 1701Q and then i-check niyo yung email ninyo. Mag-i-email niya ng income tax return receipt confirmation na nakapag-submit na talaga kayo ng 1701Q ninyo for the third quarter. And from there, pwede na kayo magbayad online. Pwedeng through MyEG, yung ginagamit ko is MyEG, or Maya pwede din, and may other online payments din na available. Ilalagay ko lang sa description down below. So yun lang yung ating video for today. I think sobrang haba na nating video. But again, thank you for watching. And if may mga tanong kayo, just comment down below. Thank you and I'll see you in our next video. And yung website pala natin, www.pinoyaccountant.com/donate. And if you would want to support our channel and our website, malaking tulong yon. And sobrang thankful ako sa mga nag-donate. Ayan, sa mga nag-support. Thank you very much. And yun, we'll have more videos pa. So continue supporting our channel. And I'll see you again in our next video.